These trails were blazed, often in vain by gold-hungry panhandlers. But now we're here to see what life is really like on the new Klondike with the Noel Edmonds Saturday Roadshow.
Yes, sirree. 1988 has been a very good yeehaw for the Roadshow. We've been absolutely everywhere, travelling thousands and thousands of miles. And here we are in the old Klondike town of Big Ike's Bottom. Everything round here is old. This is a very old building. This is the Sagging Stocking Saloon. Used to be the Star and Garter, but the elastic broke. The Yuppies have arrived. Would you believe there's a new breed of gold prospector around these parts? Yuppies, with their high-tech equipment. It hasn't put the old prospectors off, though, and we are hoping that during this edition of the Roadshow, we might well find the legendary gold nugget of the Sierra hatchback. And we also have Aidan. It's out there somewhere, partners. We also have a wealth of entertainment for you. We've got Wait Till I Get You Home. We'll be meeting Ben, and his parents will be quaking. And a few weeks ago, I met Kerry.
Kerry, if I asked you to come to a party and said, please bring a famous boyfriend, who would you bring?
You said Shakespeare.
And there is definitely one bit of solid gold that we are going to find, because we've got a gotcha Oscar for gardener Alan Titchmarsh.
The funny thing about going around the garden with you is it's like going around with about 6 different people. No, 60 different people. Because they all keep... Flowers are just dropping off.
So, what is Faith Brown doing with Alan Titchmarsh in her garden? All will be revealed. Do you know, I've got this funny feeling that there are people who think that on this roadshow, all that I do is just swan around and take things easy, when actually, I'm quite an investigator, and I've been exploring, looking around the Klondike, trying to find some interesting things for you. Do you want to know what gold, real gold, looks like? That's it. It's heavy stuff. And that's real gold. There is another sort of gold called fool's gold, and that looks like that. So, don't confuse the two issues. They also still use the Pony Express round here. Yeah, all right, never mind. And I found something that I know is going to be of great interest, particularly to you parents out there. How about that? Obviously, no, let me get the line in! Obviously belonged to Billy the Kid. Now, this, could we have a nice, oh, look at that. Oh, what a, do you know what that is? That's a 6-shooter. I'm a sheriff from these parts. Wire terps. Let's get out! Anyway, you've got to be careful if you make a noise here, because the ceiling of this old building is very rickety. And we've had such bad luck on this series with items falling around and affecting the audience. I'd hate it if anything went wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Anne and Graham. Hello, Anne. Anne Thornton. Works for the TSB. Yep. So you say yes a lot.
Yes.
Graham Bibby. Stupid name. You should have called yourself Colin, because then you could have put BBC. Application form. He likes pleasant people who smile.
Pleasant people who smile.
It's time for the big brain quiz. Sorry about that, Magnus. OK, Graham. I'm going to say some words. It's like word association, but you mustn't associate. There must be no link. We have Dr. Attila the Hun ready to make this noise. Should you hesitate? Should you repeat words? Or should you make a link? Now, Graham, are you with us? Right. There must be no link at all to the words that I say, starting now. Australia.
I'd made up my mind I was going to say boomerang.
All right, yes, I think we've got that, thank you, Doctor. OK, Anne, you're up against a pretty high score of nothing there.
I think to the sludge.
Yeah. So, are you ready, Anne?
Yep.
30 seconds, starting with mirror,
Shoe.
curtain,
Tie.
knife,
Collar.
shirt,
Table.
cloth,
Hair.
cupboard,
Eye.
pupil.
Nose.
11. Well, she didn't have to try very hard. Disaster. Okie dokie. I'm sorry, Graham. We say goodbye to you. We'll see Anne, and you will be playing our game with Philip Schofield in a while. Thank you both very much. Well, I hear you two are big around the frontier.
Yes. Sure it's not so small around the back here, either.
Careful, stranger, I'll have your grits for chitlins and set my posse on you.
Oh, sure.
The name's Calamity Joy, but you can call me Crow.
OK, Carl.
Now, let me show you how to rope a deer in. I mean, a steer. Now, this is what we call wrangling. Whoop. Now, careful you don't twist your wrangle. And there you go, dope on a rope. Then you haul your steering. And you declare it you need power-assisted steering. And then there you go, it's all trussed up and ready for stuffing.
What do you do now?
Well, now I go and get the branding irons.
Oh, fine. Thank you, Butch Clarence and Calamity Joy. Oh, yeah. It is very important when you come to a strange place, particularly somewhere like the Wild West and the Klondike, to get a really good guide, someone who knows about the area. And we're very lucky that one of the big personalities in these parts, he's a local councillor, he's a layman, he's a church warden, he's the banker, he's got 10 children, he's here at the moment. Would you please welcome Bungalow Bill Cribbins? You seem to be very popular with the girls.
Yeah. Excuse me, Noel, will you just duck your head a minute?
Yeah.
I tell you what, it ain't no fun being shot, you know. No, I know, because I've tried it.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Well, I usually go by mule, you know. I mean, in this unforgiving land, you could travel for days carrying an enormous weight. Other times, the mule could carry me, you know. I mean, you spend all your time looking for digs. It's a bit like working in Skegness, really. Eventually, I settled in an old shack down the road a piece, you see, but you had to be a good singer to live there, Noel.
Why?
There was no door on the toilet. Anyway, time I left now, I've got to go off and look for the legendary nugget, the Sierra hatchback. It's absolutely huge.
So, Bungalow, we'll be seeing you later, then.
Well, not if I find it, you won't. All right, now, toodaloo. Keep smiling, won't you?
Yes, I will.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that must have been shifty when he come through there.
We take you to an old English pub in one of our games, and a broom that really sweeps you off your feet. Mark, this is called the Broom Challenge. What you have to do is you have to raise the broom right above your head and turn round 10 times. And then the moment you've done 10, put it on the ground and step on it. Eight. Go on. 9. One more. 10. Okay. Go on. boys. Go on. 10. Step on it.
Fantastic.
Great. Faster. Keep looking at it. Go on. 10. Step on it. Come on, step on it. Step on it. Go, Ted. That's the end of that game. I mentioned at the start of our outside broadcast from the Klondike that this part of the world is now populated by not just the old-time prospectors, but by Yuppies who have come here in search of new gold, and they're bringing the very latest technology in their search. I'd like you, please, to welcome one of those Yuppies, Annabelle Oakley.
Get rid of this, I think.
Yes. Annabelle, I must say, your holster looks absolutely wonderful. May I see your gun?
Oh, it isn't a gun, Noel. This is the new Klondike. This is to phone one's accountant. Actually, I must tell you, I'm not a yuppie anymore.
No.
I'm a sickie. A serious investor in Klondike culture. Do you know, Noel? Oh, my Rolex is falling off. Do you know? The word yuppie actually comes from the Wild West.
Does it really?
Yes, when the cowboys used to round up their cattle, they'd shout, "Yuppie!" But of course, all that has changed now. I mean, if the Indians attack, you could hardly circle your BMWs.
No wagons, then?
Oh, I still drive a mule. Look, there you are. It's a Dobbin GTI. Oh. But of course, there's still no substitute for the good old-fashioned panhandling. But there's nowhere to plug it in. I've got something I invented myself, Noel.
Oh, what's that?
It's a gold bar.
Yes.
Which doubles as a hip flask. It's a wine bar. It's Chablis. Would you like some?
No, thank you.
That's not like you.
Yeah.
Now, also before I arrived, do you know the people round here thought Lafitte and Mouton Cadet were Canadian fur trappers?
No.
Yes, in fact, my friend Cynthia is the best fur trapper I've ever met. At the last count, she collected 8 sables, 6 ermine, and a mink. Also, before I arrived, do you know, the people round here had absolutely zilch-a-rooney dress sense.
Really?
Oh, they did. They really, really did. Look.
Dearie me, dearie me.
This is what they used to wear.
Oh?
See? Yeah. It's quite similar to yours, isn't it? And, of course, this is what they're wearing now.
They look the same.
Of course they're not. It's Emmanuel.
What's the difference?
About £500.
Are you yourself a gold digger?
No. I really love Nigel. Oh, no, well, I see what you mean. Yes, I've dug up some 18-carat gold, some 18 onion gold, some 18 courgette gold, melted it all down and got a ratatouille that serves 10. Yes, seriously, no. When I think of all the ideas that we've brought to this stuffy old place, this has to be the cleverest.
Oh? How can that be?
Well, Edwina here can sniff out a gold nugget at 300 yards.
No, never.
Yes, well, she is a golden retriever. I must go. There's a Pimm's at the bar waiting for me.
Well, thank you very much. Annabelle Oakley. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Lady with such a gorgeous little giggle. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the big game with the surprises and the prizes. It's our famed game with the famous names appear in the frame and the man outstanding in his own field. The field is a Schofield. Philip Schofield!
Okay, this is a game called In Other Words. Follow this, Anne. You could get a prize, or you could get the big dump. Oh, no. Because in this envelope are a whole series of cards, and they have words written on them. I do not know what the words are, but I will have to try and get Philip to say the word on the card by giving him a clue. Followed it so far?
Sure, yeah.
The words will appear on the screen and will make up a famous name, but they don't come too clearly, which is why we call it In Other Words. For example, Anne, can you tell me, who is that?
Bernard Cribbins.
Bernard Cribbins. That's how they will come. You have 90 seconds to play the game. And if you manage to get 3 famous names in 90 seconds, then you will win for yourself an iron. If you manage to get 4, it will be a sensational power tool set. The hours of fun you can have with that. And if you get 5 in 90 seconds, we're really going for broke and giving you an absolutely magnificent sewing machine. However, if you don't manage to meet your own objective, I'm afraid I will be forced to pull the ring. How many are you going for in 90 seconds? Be brave, be brave.
5.
5! No. 90 seconds. Don't applaud. It stops the time, and we are going to start now. Chinese food that you have with everything.
Takeaway.
No, they make it in paddy
rice.
fields. Yeah, jolly good. If you leave your car out, it eventually...
Rusts.
Yeah, thank you. On the beach, you got...
Beach ball sand.
Yep, lovely. Go to have your hair cut at the...
Hairdressers.
Another word.
Barbers.
Well done. That's it. But...
Barbara Streisand.
Yes, jolly good. The opposite of off.
On.
Pork is another word for pork.
Meat. Meat. Pig.
And cheese sandwich.
Bacon. Ham.
Well done. Opposite of she.
He.
Yes. They are together. What?
Ian Woosnam.
No, not quite. It's the other word. What? We are together. We walk down the street
lovers?
and we are on the left-hand side. Oh, I've gone to pieces. What's that word say?
Both.
Yes. Another word for looking for something.
Seek.
Yes, well done. Very good. All ye faithful.
Come.
Yep. Oh.
Harry Seacombe.
Yes, thank you. She got that. Vomit.
Sick.
Yeah. Measurement of electricity.
What?
Yes. War with oars.
Row.
Yes. A boy named
Sue.
Yes.
Susie Quattro.
Yes. A wrinkled woman looks like a wrinkled old.
Hag. Bag.
No, it rhymes with moon. It's a fruit. A wrinkled fruit.
Prune.
Yes.
Nell Scales.
As in Gwyn.
As in Gwinnell.
Yes. Well done! Great stuff! That's the best we've ever had. Nobody's ever done 5 in 90 seconds. Absolutely brilliant.
Well done.
You win your prize. You avoid the glunching. Do you want me to do it?
No.
No, I won't. It would not be in the spirit of the Wild West. Yeehaw! Yeah! Philip Schofield, thanks very much. Philip. Clarence. Butch Clarence.
How do you do, Newly?
Give me some tips on how to survive in the Wild West.
Well, there are lots of things you should know, Newly. First, you should know how to do this.
What's that?
Rustling. Now, you need, Newly, you need a very strong index finger for cow poking. Now, you also find you'll need this, which is the number of the local minicab firm, in case you should want to run anyone out of town. They're good, aren't they? This, Newell. Now, this is... Look, what's this? This is a Colt.
Yeah.
It's a 45, and this one's a bit bigger, and that's an LP. This is gunslinging. No. This is rather tricky. You need strong teeth for this.
Yeah.
Sorry, darling, can you give me a head?
Okay, just coming, sweetheart.
Yes?
No, it's all right, I've done it, actually.
There's one more thing you've got to know, Noel.
The drink's gone to his head. Butch Joy and Calamity Clarence.
ladies and gentlemen. A little quieter, because there's a very old ceiling in this old building, and we wouldn't want any nasty accidents, would we?
Lovely letter from Aidan O'Connell. Hello, Aidan. He's in Coleraine, County Derry. He says, my name is Aidan O'Connell. I'm 9 years old. I'd like to find out how to get on your Saturday Roadshow. The bit I want to be on is the one where you have the parents and then the little child. I think that would be fun. And then he puts in brackets, well, the real reason I want to get on the telly is because I want the present at the end. Right, lad, Aidan. Wait till they get you home. In just a second or two, we will be getting some answers from Ben. This is what Ben looks like, and this is what his mum and dad look like. Trevor and Maxine. Hello, Trevor. Very nice to meet you. And just a quick bit of information about you. Trevor describes himself as semi-athletic. Which half? Hobbies include the railways?
Yes.
What about the railways?
I've always been fanatical about railways.
Really? What sort of train spotting? And
Yes, but a bit more professional than that.
a bit more professional? Got your own railway? Has he got a train set in his loft?
In our spare room, that's why we don't have any.
Don't have any visitors around because the spare room's full of a train set. Maxine takes a drink or two to get her going. What? Barman, a bottle of scotch, please. I realise this could be torture for you because you have no idea about the questions that I put to Ben.
No idea at all.
Are you worried?
Extremely. He's not known for his tact and diplomacy.
He's not known for tact and diplomacy. Ben was asked the question, would you like to be the Queen? You're playing for a wonderful prize of a cowboy hat. Did he say yes, but only on weekdays? Did he say no, but I think Karen Keating should be? Or did he say not in a million years? Or did he say something else? And you're free to choose, or just say?
Well, I think he wouldn't mind being king.
Yes.
If he there with his boots black on, I think.
Yes, not in a million years, but king, I'm sure.
Yep.
But not queen.
Okay, here's Ben's answer. Would you like to be the Queen, Ben?
Would you not know?
Why not?
Because I don't want to be a girl.
What's wrong with girls?
They're boring. Boring? I couldn't stand playing with My Little Pony all day.
Lovely. Well done. I asked him, what does Mummy do on holiday? I think this is the tact and diplomacy time, isn't it, really?
Yes.
OK, Maxine. She's very lazy. She goes hang gliding. She gets upset tummies. Or did he say something else? What do you reckon, Trev?
It's not the lazy type, but of the three.
I would be if I had the chance.
Yes, you would be if you had
Lazy.
the chance.
Going for laziness?
Yes.
Did he say you were lazy?
Just lies down all day
Lies down all day.
and talks.
Now, you get an ice cream maker for that. You're doing very well. You know your son extremely well. I asked him, would you like another brother or sister? Oh dear, this is an embarrassing one, isn't it? Did he say neither? Did he say a brother but not a sister? Did he say, I'd rather have an American football? And we will give you a Wild West horse and wagon. No, not quite full size.
American football. I think he's got enough of his sister, the one he's got.
Yeah.
He'd probably like a brother, but he won't be getting on, will he? No.
No.
Never know, if you win all the prizes, you might celebrate tonight, you know. Would you like a little baby brother or sister?
I've already got a sister.
Have you?
She's enough. I might have another 500 brothers.
You better give up the train set if I were you. Is there a favourite toy, game or pet that he would like? Does he want a full-size snooker table, My Little Pony, now there's a clue, an alligator, or does he want something else? We're going for a facial sauna. I don't know whether you want one, Trev, but...
I think it's got to be snooker out of those.
You think snooker? OK.
Television in my bedroom.
Probably so you can watch the snooker. So you lost out there, but you still have the chance of winning the big one, the Roadshow Gnomes. I asked Ben, if you had a lot of money, what would you buy? A new car for Dad, because he has to keep mending the old one? Did he say a new telly? Did he say a new kitchen for his mum? Or did he say something else?
Why can't I have a new car?
Is your car's newer than mine?
Yeah, all right. I don't think we'll have a little row now about that.
Well, I've got a hunch he'd be quite pleased if I had a new car.
Yeah?
New car. Yes, all right.
Aston Villa Football Club.
What would you buy Aston Villa Football Club for?
So I could have the pitch. And I could have five-a-side football on it.
Wonderful what kids think of it. So you lost out there. Finally, who is Dad's favourite lady on television? You're playing for a radio cassette player, well worth having. Did he say Selena Scott, Sue Pollard, or Mrs. Mangle from Neighbours? Or did he say something else? So who is Dad's favourite lady on television?
I do like Selena Scott, but I've got a little feeling that he thinks I've got a passion for Annika Rice, especially the rear.
Yeah. And Trev, tell me, what would give your son that impression?
The fact I sit a few feet away from the television screen when she's on.
It's not true, of course, but you think that's what Ben will go for. OK, bottoms up, Ben.
Annika Rice. He likes the way what was it?
The truth is out, Trev. You'll have to move home, throw in the job, go somewhere else. Well done. You've taken us for an awful lot of prizes. I think you've done extremely well in it. Now's your chance to meet the man. Here is Ben. Now, just pretend they're not here. What's your dad do when Annika Rice comes on the telly then?
He just sits down and watches her for ages.
I've got to ask you the question. Do you think you're in trouble when you get home, or do you think you got away with it?
I'm in trouble when I get home.
You're in trouble, are you? Well, can you remember what you said you wanted?
No.
You can't remember?
No.
Well, Mum and Dad got it completely wrong. They weren't at all sure what you were up to. They thought you were into snooker. You said you wanted a TV set. So after you've got into trouble when you get home, you'll be able to watch your own television. We've got you a TV set there. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Noel family. Well done, Ben. Now, the whole purpose of us being here in the Klondike is to try and find this gold nugget of the Sierra hatchback. And where is that womanising, drunken old buffoon of a prospector? You lazy...
Yeah, I'm here, it's all right.
You lazy...
15 years I've been here, living only on baked beans. Poor tiddles. And I've got my old faithful pack mule trigger. See that? Been following the Edwina Curry diet again, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, you know, my mother used to say to me, "Who are you?" And another thing she used to say to me, she used to say, "It's hard scratching for a living, son, so stop scratching and get out and get a proper job, like your great-grandfather, Strange Mary." Yeah, my great-grandfather was the first in the family to find gold in my great-grandmother's mouth. And then after it, my granddad found a quicker way to get gold. He used to go and hold up jewellers' shops. And when they shot him, we had no gold, but we had a lot of lead. Then one day, Pa says to me, "Mohammed," he says, I don't remember my name, he says, "I'm going where the gold is." And he left on a number 29 to Lewisham. Because he was an idiot. And so I headed up the Mississippi, only stopping when my horse got waterlogged. Well, we aren't going in that river, there was no gold, but we had plenty to drink. But one night, Granny drowned putting the tent up. She was also an idiot. Nevertheless, Yes, I claim my stake. Yep, everything I found in that river was mine. And just think, one day, son, this bucket of water could be yours.
Yes, this is all very interesting, Bungalow, but have you found any gold?
Yeah, is the Pope Jewish? Last summer I found a 12-stone nugget under the bed, and I carried that nugget all the way to the assayer's office.
What did you get for it?
A hernia. So that's enough of my personal problems on primetime network TV. Tell me, Noel, how is your boil now? Can you
Yes, all right. Thank you very much, Bungalow.
No, wait,
Bungalow. What?
I can't let you go without giving you the traditional Gold Diggers song, you see. It's a song we used to sing in the evenings when we sat round a roaring lion, right? Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Hill swallowed 2 yellow anvils, plus a 10-ton bang around a 9-carat mangle, and now there's gold in them dar hills. Ho!
Thank you, Bungalow. Bungalow Bill Cribbins, thank you very much. And now, 2 people who helped us in our Gotcha Oscar. A few weeks ago, Gloria Honeyford was our first recipient. We've now got our first rural Gotcha Oscar. It's going to Alan Titchmarsh, and thanks to Faith Brown. Alan and Faith. Well, the first thing that has to be said, Faith, I had no idea you were keen on gardening.
Oh, I love gardening, yeah.
Alan, did you have any idea what you were going to go and do?
Not an earthly. They said to me, it was arranged weeks ago, they said, we want you to do this pilot for a new series which is going to be all about experts advising celebrities. They said, Virginia Wade is going to show Terry Wogan how to play tennis. Oh, believe that, you believe anything, but I believed it. We want you to go to Faith Brown's garden and advise her on how to improve it. And when I got there, I thought there was an awful lot of people here. And they said, oh, normally we have a crew as big as this. It's quite normal. And your director said, now, don't go out into the garden because we want it all to be spontaneous. And when you go out the back door with Faith, we'll just film it and it'll be sort of relaxed that way. So I did.
Because I had to keep Noel, well, I had to keep you in the kitchen, the best place for you, and Noel, of course, in the...
and then at a strategic point, you said, come into the front room and look at my award. And I thought...
I didn't say that! I didn't say that!
It was all to get me in there so you could go to the kitchen where I'd been before and go.
The award was upstairs when she invited me to see it.
This is getting worse.
Now, I think the thing that's very important to point out here is that Alan had absolutely no idea about it, did you?
Not a clue.
We had dozens of people hiding behind bushes, behind trees and whatever to set the whole thing up. And despite what you will hear Alan say at the beginning, it was a complete surprise, and he thought he was passing on his considerable professional expertise on gardening to Faith.
This is great. Now, I do like gardens that offer a bit of surprise.
Oh, you're going to get a lot of surprise.
We come out the back of the house, wonderful overgrown archway. Are you a fan of gardens that have little hidden surprises around corners?
Oh, I have a lot of hidden surprises. I really do, yes.
Well, with a voice like that, I suppose that's why you got the flash gardening gear. The funny thing about going around the garden with you is it's like going around with about 6 different people. No, 60 different people. Because they all keep... Flowers are just dropping off. It's falling to the ground. So, I mean, we've come through another rose archway. I like this because it's a great modern concept, really, to divide gardens into compartments.
Oh, God. Oh, that damn dog.
There's often sausages around now. Is it the Burnham mystery?
Yes, that's a laburnum. It's nice, isn't it?
I'm very good about you just put in your pocket.
Yeah, you see the veg patch. Right, come this way.
And an orchard too. It's sweet, isn't it?
Thank you. I like it. It's lovely and relaxing here. But the only thing is, look.
Well, you've got a bit of capsid damage, which is that long sort of mark. But the other black blotches that you get on apples and pears, it's just apple scab. No problem. If you peel it off, take the peel off and the scab goes with it, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Well, I'm into organic growing now in that respect. And also... Oh, dear.
The tree and smashed your gold.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, your compost heap just appears to have blown up. It's obviously rotting extremely well over there. I think you've got really good decomposition under there. I wouldn't go too near it with your garden fork, though, because you don't want to be lurking in it. Yeah, I should just keep digging it in. I think this is a bit of internal combustion composting. Well, you wouldn't have met your apples grow like fury.
That's all right.
Problems here in this garden, haven't you? There's all sorts going on that doesn't go on in most gardens.
I'm very pleased about the grapes, because this is the first time that they've actually come into season, you know.
I've seen some gardeners cheat in my life. I've never seen plastic grapes tied on. Look at you can't fool me.
Yes.
Now these ones are definitely real. That one most certainly is not. Oh dear.
Great bar.
I'll hang on to that. They make good wine out of these, do they? What are we doing here?
Now this. What's gone wrong with this here?
Well, this is a conifer, little conifer, and what happens often underneath these is, as has happened here, it's gone brown. Now, several things can cause that, either dryness at the roots, or a Labrador coming up and cocking its leg over it, or...
Are you trying to say something about my Labrador?
There's a flower there that's just wilted, rather. The roots over here. So it's either a Labrador, or it's dryness at the roots.
Yes.
Or something else has happened to it. Very, very drying winds can do it. But as long as you stay fairly green on the top, it doesn't matter. The trouble is, if you cut it back into that brown stuff there, it often won't shoot again. So the thing to do is really to keep it pleasantly moist, to try and stop it.
Oh, I see.
We've got some...
What about this?
It's a potentilla. What these lilies are doing over there. Going lilies, I think I've ever seen. Where should we go now? I think we better
Yes, I think so. Let's go up here.
Oh dear. What the? I see. This is the only true weeping willow in Britain. That's good. Do you ever get the feeling you've been had?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I've come to a wonderful garden this afternoon where roses have blown up all over me, and compost heaps have exploded, and weeping willows have wept, and plastic grapes have descended from trees. It's wonderful. I'd love a plot like this.
Just a weeping willow.
Really?
Now, I'm going to warn you right away. This is the jungle now. No, this is going to be a Japanese garden, I must warn you. Now, this is going to be a Japanese... Eventually, it's going to be a Japanese garden, right?
It is a little bit overgrown, isn't it? I mean, you've got...
It is a little overgrown, but the only thing is, you see, all here has been dug out. We're going to have ponds there, and there's going to be a bridge going across as well. So, I mean, it'll be nice when it's eventually done, but it all takes time,
Well,
know.
you've got
Just get all that other thing, you know, sort of, you know...
a big weed. I'll have a big bucket of weed, Kevin, I think.
Alan Titchmarsh, congratulations. You are the first recipient of a Rural Gotcha Oscar.
Yes, right. Here you are, there's a
No, I can't move.
I thought that you were suffering, but it was horrible in that trip.
When I picked those dogs, you know, when I picked the dog
I did
teas
notice,
up.
yes.
Oh, he went like this, his face, he just looked away and he went, and he moved away,
Yeah.
kept moving away from me.
He didn't shake your hand goodbye, did
No,
he?
he didn't. From me. Oh, it's wonderful.
Alan, how do you feel now?
I feel, you know, I was going around and dispensing all this advice, and these things kept happening. And it still didn't dawn. I thought, this must be awfully boring, and they must be trying to cheer it up a bit. You know? Terrible. Awful.
Well, many congratulations. Faith, we couldn't have done it without you, so thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure.
Alan Titchmarsh, you've got your Oscar. Thank you to Alan and thank you to Philip as well. That's it from the Roadshow from the Klondike. No doubt that old prospector, Bungalow Bill Cribbins, he's either found the nugget and rushed off with it, or he's failed.
I've got
so
it
Well done!
Half heavy, that.
What are you going to do with it?
I thought we could divide it up and have a bit of peace, couldn't we?
How are you going to...
I'm going to shoot lumps off it for everybody.
plastered, we might as well all go to the bar.
I've never seen Clement.
You're not that silly. Good night.
Unfortunately, Spike Milligan was unable to appear in this edition of the Saturday Roadshow, but he will be joining Noel in another show later on in the series.